we're almost finished this initial round of formatting, our high-resolution layout. We just have to finish up our footer. And, before we get to the footer, I noticed that the metadata, or the meta, on the last news article item that we have is actually running into the footer, which is no good. So let's go and fix that first, and then we'll go and finish up our footer. So this should be actually pretty easy, pretty straightforward stuff. So what I need to do, by the way, and the only reason why I'm going to go into a little bit of detail here is so that you can troubleshoot this sort of thing on your own with your own projects. I need to understand exactly how the HTML structure has been arranged for the layout. So each of these news item pieces, if you will, is enclosed inside the article element. And the only reason why I know that is because, well, you and I created it that way. We could go back to the HTML file and take a look, and we'd see exactly how this was structured. So in other words, what I want to do is I want to target this article element, and I want to increase the amount of space beneath the article. That should give me not only a gap of space between each of the articles that we have inside the layout. You can see they're all kind of jammed together, but it's also going to fix this problem here down at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to the external style sheet. I'm going to look for my high-resolution media query, and specifically the article, redefined article that is inside the high-resolution media query. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on some margin bottom. So margin hyphen bottom like this. And it's going to have to be a fairly high value, like maybe 30 pixels or 40 pixels, or maybe even higher. Maybe I'll try 50 pixels, something like this. And then save and refresh, and there we go. We get something like this. So there's that text there now appearing above the footer rather than in the footer. So now we have this gap of 50 pixels beneath each of our articles, which has spaced everything out nicely. So there you go. A nice, easy fix, but again, it's only easy because we knew exactly what we needed to do. Now, let's finish things off here with the footer navigation area there down at the bottom. I only want to make a few simple changes. I want to reduce the font size and change the font that's being used on the footer. So I'm going to head back over to my external style sheet, and I'm going to collapse some of the extra space that I have in here. And I'm going to throw this stuff right into my compound rule here for the footer nav. So I'm going to drop in these two extra properties, font-size, which is going to be 80%. And font-family as well. And I'm going to stick with Verdana. So you see this a lot in different websites you navigate to and visit and things like this, is they repeat the main navigation area down at the bottom inside the footer area, but the text is usually a little bit smaller, and usually it's a little bit kind of out of the way sort of thing. So anyway, we've been able to achieve that here, and we've got that happening. So anyway, there we go. This is really the conclusion of the first round of formatting here for this high-resolution layout. Of course, we have an initial round of formatting for the next media query down, which is going to be the medium resolution. We're going to do that next. So notice all the formatting goes back to the original wireframe formatting there. And then, of course, we have to do the same thing, the initial round of formatting for the low-resolution layout as well. Once that's complete, we can start inserting some graphics and getting our graphics under control.